All right, here we go. This is a big one. Big one. Here we have the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is a beast of a set. So large, the box is, that I'm sitting way far back here and you can see my hand in comparison to here. And I can't even fit the full box in frame. Like, this is insane. Like, I won't even be able to turn this around to easily show you the back or anything. So we're going to have to do some adjustments in this. We're going to have to play around with it. This is not going to be a typical full-on in-depth review because this one's a little bit older. Everyone has already reviewed the set, so you likely have already seen reviews and whatnot. I'm here to tell you guys that this thing is available at BigBadToyStore.com. So link in the video description below if you've been looking to get your hands on the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In stock right now, because Mezco had sold out. All the other sites had pre-orders, had sold out and everything, and everybody wanted to get it. Well, Big Bad Toy Store must have gotten another shipment or something, so they have it in stock right now. Link in the video description below. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to look at the box and stuff, and we'll talk about the accessories. Probably not swapping out all of the hands and everything, because there's just so much going on here. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so we're going to do this. This is just the slip cover, so I can kind of easily move this around. So you can see all the stuff that each one comes with. It is absolutely insane, like crazy. So let's start up at the corner. We got our 4 turtles, of course, right? We got to have each one of the turtles, right? Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. We got them all. Now, the soft goods clothing that each one comes with. We've got a hoodie with a functioning zipper and hooded cloak with integrated posing wire. We've got a trench coat, scarf with integrated posing wire, and cloak with integrated posing wire. And we've also got a hooded cloak with integrated posing wire, a Walkman, night vision goggles, and wrist communication. Yeah. Crazy, right? Each Ninja Turtle has 3 different heads. So 3 for Leonardo, 3 for Raphael, 3 for Michelangelo, 3 for Donatello. Crazy. Each one has an interchangeable short and long bandana, and then there are 4 different slices of pizza to go along with this. Now look at all the hands. That's an insane amount of hands. So Leonardo gets 10 hands, Raphael gets 12, Michelangelo gets 10, Donatello gets 8. And then we get 4 different stands. That's the typical Mezco stand. Every Mezco figure comes with them. You could just see that they're colored based on which turtle that they are. We get their signature weapons. So we have 2 sais for Raphael. We have 2 katanas and 2 sheaths for Leonardo. We got the bow staff for Donatello. We've got the nunchucks over here for Michelangelo. And then we also get like the spinning effect nunchucks there, which is cool. We have 4 shell communicators, 4 shell grapples with climbing ropes. Then we've got throwing star effect pieces and 2 throwing knife effect pieces down here. And then we jump over here. We have 2 climbing claws, 3 throwing darts, 3 shurikens, 2 tonfas, 6 kunai blades, a push dagger, and 2 kyoketsu shoge. I don't know what that's what these are. I may be mispronouncing it. So that's all the accessories and everything like there. I'm not going to go over like everything super in depth. I will show off the stuff, but I won't go over all the things super in depth, like in the hands and whatnot. A bunch of folks have done some awesome reviews on these guys. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit more of my opinion on these and what I think of this Mezco Turtle set, as well as still show them off for you guys that may not have watched it. You know, maybe it's a different audience here compared to those other channels and things like that. So to kind of give you my perspective on this set, because it is an absolutely amazing set. So here we go. Oh, and here's what the box looks like without that slipcover. The artwork is awesome. I couldn't continue on without at least showcasing the artwork so you could see how it looks. And that is pretty great. Okay, so we got 3 total trays in here. 1 tray is super wide, the entire width of the box, whereas the other 2 are like half width of the box and kind of doubled up. So here you can kind of see the stuff. We got the stands, we got the accessory bags that they come with, and you can see how all the different accessories and things like that are all kind of put together in here. Pretty overwhelming, if you ask me. So we've got that there. And the other 2 trays are going to be the turtles. So looks like we've got Raphael and Donatello together, and then Leonardo and Michelangelo together. All of their hands. You got the pizza accessories and things like that going on down there. So let's put the 4 turtles together, and then we will we'll take a look at each one individually and kind of go from there. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. This might still be a long review, even though I'm going to try to stay away from going super in depth and really just talk about my opinions, my thoughts on the figure, my perspective, if you will. So let's go ahead and get into it now. Woo boy, here we go. We've got the Turtles out of the package, and oh man, when this set first came out, people were saying this is the best Ninja Turtle set that you can get. You know, there's NECA, there's Playmates. I'm trying to think. I guess that's it. Well, Hasbro did Power Rangers Ninja Turtles. Who else does? There's Loyal Subjects, Best Action Loyal Subjects. So there's a lot of different turtle options, and then even with NECA, you got the Toon Turtles, you've got Movie Turtles, you've got Comic Turtle, you've got the Archie comics, the Image or the Mirage comics. You've got all of the different Ninja Turtles that you could possibly get. And some people say that this was the best Ninja Turtle set. And I can easily see that. At the same time, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I don't have all the Turtles. I'm not deep into Ninja Turtles like that. I love the Ninja Turtle movies. I loved the cartoon when I was a kid. I honestly don't remember a lot of it, but I really loved the live action movies. Raphael was always my favorite. Will always be my favorite. He is not the best turtle. He is my favorite turtle. All the turtles are equal, so there's always the favorites. Everyone will have their favorite, I think, but there is not one single turtle that is better than another, if that makes sense, right? They're all equal, but you can have a favorite. Keep that in mind, a favorite turtle. So Raphael's my favorite turtle. And Raphael is super dope here. He's got his own unique body. He's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit bulkier. Whereas the other figures, I think Michelangelo is a little bit smaller. He has a different body. But I want to say Leonardo and Donatello have the exact same body. I think. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think they have the exact same body. But these things are awesome. They are very well articulated, extremely well painted, just a lot of really great things going on here. All of like the knee pads, the elbow pads, the straps and everything to hold their weapons, that's all soft goods. That's like a leather-like material. It's done extremely nicely. So that's one of the big benefits of this set versus any other set where everything is going to be strictly plastic. And it's so just crazy. Such a good set. So many accessories though. There's so much stuff going on for each figure. It's honestly overwhelming. And it really has like everything that you could ever possibly need or want for any of these turtles. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at each one individually with what accessories are going to be specific to them and what each of them have going on with like swapping out their different heads and all of that stuff. And we'll go over the articulation. Again, I will not go super in depth with everything that these guys come with. I will just focus on kind of the more important things in the set. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start with the leader, Leonardo. Oh boy. Okay, so starting off with Leonardo. So here we have take a look. Here's the default head and the bandana, the short bandana there. We also get a long bandana attachment there, as you can see. I already put the katanas in the sheaths, and then you can see on the back here kind of how they're strapped on, so you kind of get this leather pieces with, you know, kind of stitched on to hold them in there, and it just holds it very nice and tight in there. You can pull the katana out, the sheath out, and then you pull the katana out and you get that there. You get two of these done really nice, and there's a little bit of dry brushing on the blade to kind of you know, kind of dirty it up, which is pretty cool. So we're going to sheath that back. We'll leave that off for now. We'll go ahead and take the other one off, and you can kind of see how these leather straps are on there, which is really cool. Now, in addition to that, there's a couple of additional spots here on the belt. I don't know exactly what we are supposed to be storing there. Maybe it's some of those kunai blades. I'm not sure, but you could put them on there, which is really nice. You know, you got some pouches on there. They're not functional pouches or anything, but they look pretty incredible and are really well done. You get elastic bands around the elbow pads and the knee pads, which is really good. So, you know, I would just, you know, still be careful, but you can kind of move them around and adjust as needed, which is really nice. The paint detail is pretty incredible on here on the turtles. So just looking at it, just you could see kind of the love and the detail that went into all of this. It is pretty incredible. Let me see if I can get a brighter light so we can get a little bit of a better look in there, so you guys could see. But yeah, just incredible paintwork across on the sculpting and everything like that. You could see some dark spots on the greens and everything. The nails are painted really nicely, even on the feet, on the hands. Just really nice. It's kind of dirtied up. They've got some slash marks and some cuts and stuff on the inside here on their torsos, which is pretty incredible. The paintwork on their shells is crazy, and they're scratched up and dinged and everything like that. Just really, really crazy work going on there. But Donatello, his head sculpt, we get 3 different head sculpts. So we have this one here. This is kind of like a gritted teeth one. We have more of a stoic one. So let's go ahead and pop that off. Let's pop this one on there. That goes on very easily, as you can see there. But one thing that this does not do is I did not have the headband on there. So put that there, so we have the long version, so you can have your different versions. You can kind of, you can kind of turn it around. If you want to peg it in, like, you know, if it's, you know, blowing in the wind type of deal, you can have that going on there, which is really cool. But we have that more stoic head sculpt there. And then let's go ahead and go with this more like screaming, angry head sculpt. Let's pop that bandana on there. And we have that head sculpt there. So that is actually really, really nice. I love the way they did that. Additional accessories. I'm going to take each one of these kind of step by step, because each one, which is kind of nice because, like, you know, each one has like there are certain accessories and things that come along with it. So we get the kunai blades in there, and then we have those climbing claws there. We have this little piece, this little brown piece here. I don't know exactly what that's for, but I think it's maybe for one of the accessories to clip onto their belts or something like that. We have that there. I'm not sure. I'll have to go through. There is an instruction sheet. I'll have to take a look at that. We get this slice of New York pizza there, which looks really good. We get these 2 slash effects that are going to be for his katanas, which are pretty nice there. Let's go ahead and get one of those katanas out so you can kind of see how that would look. So you can have a slash effect. So that is a really nice touch. We get the communicators. Well, here's the grapple. Here's the grapple hook. Maybe this is what, you know, it could kind of go onto them there. So that there, you do get some rope that comes in the other tray, which is pretty nice. And then we have the communicator as well. And as you can see, the way this opens up there. So that is really freaking cool that it opens up like that. But it doesn't stay. Hold on. I feel like it should stay, but I don't want to force it too much to where I'm breaking it. But there we go on the communicator. So that is pretty nice. And you close it up. And like a little turtle shell there. And then we have all of the hands. So there's a lot of hands. There's 3, 6, 8. He has 10 different hands. So you got fists, you got open hands, you've got grip hands for his katanas, you got whatever hand this is. I'm not even sure what that is. So you get a bunch of different hands for Leonardo. You can see they got like 3 fingers. So a bunch of accessories for Leonardo, and he looks fantastic. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Donatello. Okay, sorry, so I think I kind of jumped the gun a little bit on Leonardo. I think I forgot to show that he has this like kunai blade throwing effect. And then here is the soft goods that he comes with. This is that cloak piece there, which is pretty cool. It just kind of opens up on either side, and then you can kind of put it on there. You got to put the hood on first and then pop the head in. So do it without the head. We get the red scarf, and I don't know if the red scarf would go to him. It's like in his individual section. So his weapons, like underneath it, it has like the soft goods for what I would assume would be each turtle. So you could have like the red scarf if that's something that you want to do there. But because that's, you know, what came with his side, whether it goes to him or not, I'm not really sure. But there we go with that. We're actually going to jump over to Mikey instead of Donatello, since they're the ones in the same tray. It'll make it a little bit easier for me as we go along through this video. Okay, so here we have Michelangelo himself, and this one is awesome also because it's Michelangelo. He's a whole lot of fun. So just like with Leonardo, he also has the turtle shell communicator as well as the grapple hook. Each one, there are 4 like string ropes that will attach to the grapple hooks. I didn't bring those out. Those are like in that second tray. In addition, for Michelangelo, he has the Walkman, which has the headphones here, which is pretty cool, and you can see it's just wide enough to kind of fit over his head, and then you'd be able to like grip that or something with a different figure. And it's kind of like a bendy wire, I guess you could say. It does kind of shape around, so that is really cool. Nice little detail to it. Nice little touch. I like that. He's got the drippy pizza there where the cheese is really dripping down, and that's sculpted well. Looks good. Undercarriage, not too shabby there. Got the long bandana, of course, and we get the additional head sculpts, which I will be showing on the figure here pretty shortly. But here we have Michelangelo, and this is a different figure and body compared to Leonardo. Like I tried to line it up and match it up best I can. The arms might be the same, but the legs... Oh, you know what? The legs might be the same also. But the torso, like the body, the torso is different for sure. Because it doesn't have like the same cuts in the same areas and whatnot. And the shells are different. They don't have the same cuts and whatnot on the back of the shells. So that's how I know that they are different. As you can see, I got his nunchucks back there as they are safely stored on this belt, which is nice. It's kind of just floating there. So just a heads up on that. You get a couple of spots on this belt too. And I don't know if what that would hold if something in his accessories specific. Oh yeah, he's got these little darts, so you could store the darts actually on the belt. Those are tiny. I'm scared I'm gonna lose them. I probably won't bring them out, so just a heads up on that. We get these additional accessories here, like this blade that I couldn't pronounce, and then you got that other blade there that I can't remember exactly which one that is. So we have those there. We get the spinning nunchuck effects. You get 2 of them. And then we got the nunchuck. So here we are with Michelangelo. Let's go ahead and get in for a closer look here so you could see everything about Michelangelo because it's just really nice. But that's the standard head on there. We're going to go ahead and pop that off. We're going to pop on... I don't want to do that one first. We're going to do kind of the scared Michelangelo look. So this is a nice touch here. You get that long bandana and you could kind of put it out there so it's like blowing in the wind. So that's kind of a scared Michelangelo look, which is a whole lot of fun. This next one I really like because this is kind of the laughing, goofy Michelangelo, right? That we all love there. So let's go ahead and pop that off. Let's get that Michelangelo there. So he's smiling. It's just that goofy Michelangelo look that I really like there. The nunchucks are really, really, really cool. I was scared to kind of do this because I don't want to mess this up. You know, it's a pretty expensive set. You don't want to mess it up. So you want to safely get them in there. So I have the nunchucks there in the back. And the way I did it is I kind of went through the bottom because up through the bottom of the loop. Because if you tried to pull the nunchucks down through it instead of up, I feel like it's just too wide, so I was scared that I might damage something. These nunchucks are really cool. You get a bendy wire with the real chain in there, so you can kind of pose that around any which way you like, which is really, 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 really cool. So we have that there, and you get 2 of these nunchucks, of course. You got to have 2 of them. And then we also get this spinning effect, which I will bring out here. The spinning effect, you actually get 2, and then you get 2 of these nunchuck pieces because these are the pieces that you would hold onto while you do the spinning effect. So here is that spinning effect. As you can see there, really makes it look like you have nunchucks and they're spinning. So if you're holding on to one, when you're spinning the other, that's kind of the look that it's going to have there. So that is really cool. And again, you get 2 of them because you got 2 nunchucks. You got to be able to spin both of them at the same time. Now, for the soft goods for Michelangelo, he has this neon sweater. Like neon green and orange, bright as hell sweater. There's also this cloak that came with his section. I don't know exactly what this is for. It doesn't really cover anything. It's just kind of this open piece. So I don't know exactly how this is supposed to work. It's kind of tattered, as you can see the holes in there. So if you guys know what this one's for, let me know down in the comments below. I kind of looked at the images, and it doesn't really look like Mezco included it with anything either. So just a heads up on that. Now the sweater's probably going to be a little bit tricky. We have a real zipper in there. So we're going to unzip this. Let's see. I'm scared. I'm so scared that I'm going to break this stuff, right? So it's a real zipper, like full on zipper. How do I do it? So there we go. This is probably going to be a little tricky to get on him, so I'm going to do it off camera and then we'll go from there. I don't know if I used the right head for this, but you can see the hoodie on there, and he's got the Walkman, and he's holding it. So that works there. Probably, again, used the wrong hoodie. I probably should have used the goofy, silly-looking one, but that's the one I kind of went with. So we have that there. The hoodie fits on there. It looks a little big. It hangs down a little bit low, but, I mean, he's a gigantic turtle, and he's got to have some kind of disguise. Even though it's a bright-ass orange and neon hoodie, it goes on there. It looks pretty good. And for our final look here of Michelangelo, I wanted to show you guys the nunchucks in spinning effect, and this is really cool how you can really do that and, you know, make it to where, oops, pop that hand off. Really do it and get it to where, you know, Michelangelo's, you know, getting ready for battle and kind of warming up and getting his nunchuck and chucking skills ready. So there we go. Michelangelo, another hit, of course. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hands in total. So you have the different grip hands, different hands. He's got the fists and all that good stuff. Now we move on to Donatello. Oh, and on Michelangelo is where I realized the pouch, it is actually a real working pouch. So crazy. Okay, and here we have Donatello. Donatello's a fun one too. So let's take a look at the accessories that he first comes with. Obviously, he's got his bow staff, which I have there on his back. But we get a couple of different effect pieces, so let's kind of go over that. We got the kunai blades, the throwing effect. This is the same that Leonardo came with. We also have 3 of the kunai blades there, so you can, you know, toss them around if you want. There you get one of the push daggers, so we got 2 total push daggers in this whole set. And then this is that I already forgot what it was called, but I don't know how to pronounce it, but we got this weapon there. We will slap that in there. We get these goggles for Donatello, so I'm going to pop these on one of the head sculpts and let's see how that looks. And then we got this wrist communicator, I think is what it was. There's wrist comm. This crazy looking device here, because, you know, Donatello is the inventor of the group, so all the cool gadgets and things like that, that's all from Donatello. So we got this here, so that is pretty cool. And then we got the slash effect piece here that'll go with his bow staff. So let's go ahead and get the bow staff out. So you can put the end of the bow staff there, so you can, you know, as he's swinging it around, which is pretty cool there. And then you also get this other effect piece here, so this will go at the end. Does it matter which end it goes onto? There we go. So if, you know, you're attacking somebody with it there, you can have that effect piece. So that is really cool. So that's Donatello. Oh, and then pizza. We get this, you know, drippy cheese pizza there. This is not the same exact, although it looks very similar. Maybe it's the same, but we get this other slice of pizza here. So that is Donatello. Looking at him, I want to say he is completely the same as Leonardo. Obviously, there are different colors. Each turtle has its own color. But the bodies, I think, are... Oh, you know what? The arms, I just now realized this. So the forearms can be different on them. As you can see, those wristbands had different widths between those 3. So Michelangelo looks like he has the same ones as Leonardo, but Donatello's are a little bit thinner there. But the shells and everything like that between these two guys, I believe, are the same. From what I could tell, they have like the same cut marks and everything on their torsos, right here, and then on their shell, they get the same markings on the shell. They are painted differently, but all the same, you know, damaged parts and all the same cuts and all that are present within these 2 turtles. So I think these 2 are almost identical. But there's a lot of new stuff, and with the different paint and everything, you really can't tell, and each one does feel very unique on its own. The bow staff is really nice, as you can see there, just this wooden stick there. We get the 3 additional head sculpts total for Donatello. So we have this one over here. This is kind of the angry head sculpt on there. We also get the longer headband. So let's go ahead and pop this off, and let's go ahead and put this one on there. This one is just kind of the stoic, straight face one, and that looks really good there. And then this one, you kind of see a little smirk on him, which is quite nice. I kind of like the way, you know, this one looks. So pop this one on there. So he's got that little smirk. So I really like that there. Let me see about these goggles. So they should be able to fit on any of the heads. So you have to loop this around and then get this. That's probably going to take some work to get this like on there and held on pretty good. Let's see, like if I loop this around before putting it on, Yeah, that one's going to be tough. This one's going to take some work to try and do. So let me get to that, and we'll take a look at that. And then he has this cloak piece, so we'll take a look at that as well. So I'm probably combining things where they don't need to be combined. So we got that wrist communicator, which is pretty awesome. It's got this fold-out computer there, which is pretty freaking cool. You got the little keyboard and you got the little screen there. There's nothing on the screen, but you got that there. I got the goggles on there, but I got the cloak on there. The cloak is cool. It's just done in this brown color. I'm going to go ahead and take it off, and it'll look better, you know, as we get kind of Donatello all teched out. Okay, this right here is the big win. This is so freaking cool that you can do stuff like this. Raphael's still going to be my favorite of this 4-turtle set, though. Let's be honest here. Real bias in that. Again, favorite turtle, not best turtle. But look at Donatello. Look at how cool this freaking thing is. You got that wrist communicator, which is amazingly detailed, sculpted, painted, all of that good stuff. And yeah, whatever. But just look how cool it is. Like, he can have him angled out, like looking at the screen, getting ready to type on that. You got his goggles on there. This is so freaking cool. This is why people are saying that this is the best Mezco turtle set. And they're absolutely right, because of super cool stuff like this. Mezco has always done a fantastic job when it comes to their accessories. Their soft goods are amongst the best in the industry. Not a lot of toy companies do soft goods at a 1/12 scale. Third-party companies do it. Some do it really well. Others I hear do not do it well. But Mezco does it really well, and their accessories are always so good. Their bodies and everything like that can have limitations in terms of the articulation, but it's always the accessories that really make them stand apart from other toy companies, in my opinion. I think some people share that opinion, maybe people don't. You guys let me know, but stuff like this is just what makes these things just so much fun, because look how cool this is. On top of an awesomely detailed and articulated turtle, you get stuff like this with the accessories. Just so cool. Absolutely love it. Just makes it so much more fun, and then display options a whole lot better. So that is really cool. But Raphael will still top it just because he's Raphael. So let's go ahead and jump on over to Raphael. Okay, so Raphael, as you can see, he is the bulkiest of the turtles. So you're looking at, like, compared to Leonardo, you can see he's a little bit wider, legs are a little bit thicker, arms are a little bit thicker. Are the arms? Yeah, I would say the arms are a little bit thicker. So he's just kind of a bigger overall. Whereas I think Michelangelo may have even been shorter than like Leonardo and Donatello. Yeah, you can see Michelangelo is kind of the smallest. Leonardo and Donatello are about the same. And then Raphael is just a little bit taller, a little bit bulkier in there. And he looks really good. So kind of the same thing. Loaded with accessories. We got another slice of pepperoni pizza here. That is for Raphael. We get a couple of different effect pieces. They're all done in clear plastic. So you can see we've got these all here, so that is good. We get the 3 different head sculpts. So this one's kind of a fun one on kind of how I'm going to describe what these 3 head sculpts are, because they're kind of all angry and they're all uniquely Raphael. So here we have an angry face, I would say. Here is a mad face, I would say. And then here we have what I would like to call probably a pissed off face. There, as you can see. So, yeah, Raphael, he's the one with attitude, right? He's the cool one. So that's what we got going on there. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really like this head sculpt all that much. These two are fantastic here. Absolutely love this one. This one I'm not in love with. I don't like it nearly as much. It's still good, but, you know, just not my favorite of the bunch. So I'm going to pull that off. We're going to put this one back on there. There we go. We could see the size store on his belt there right in front. And this belt, you could store a bunch of stuff on here. So you got spots for a few different things. But, you know, for now I only have the size on there. And these size look really good, as you can see there. So nicely sculpted details, nice paintwork in there, which is really good. There you got both of them. I'll show that like with him gripping a little bit later. But yeah, looks really good. No, the paintwork on this guy is absolutely incredible. You know, that was to be expected, so no surprise there. Just really cool looking Raphael. He does come with the trench coat, so I'm going to be very excited to put that trench coat on him and put that hat on him as well. Looks like he's got another push dagger in there. We got the tonfas, we got the shurikens, and then he's got a shuriken throwing effect. So let's go ahead and take these out and take a look. Okay. Look at that. We've got Raph in the trench coat disguise with the hat on. How freaking cool is that? That's like a real belt in here to hold that like through. You got to like loop it around and everything, and it's got bendy wire in there, so that's just crazy. But it's like realistic like trench coat belt that you could do. But if you have to do it a lot, I would be very careful with having to do it. But it works out really well, which is really cool. Trench coat fits nicely. Just a really nice touch going on there. Looking at the accessories, we get that push dagger there. We get the tonfas here. There's two of them, as you always got to have like two of them together. Tonfas are like the batons, like the police batons type deal there. Then we get the shurikens. The shurikens are very, 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 very small. We get 3 of these guys, so we'll be very, 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 very careful with those. And then we also get the shuriken throwing effect, which is really cool. So if you have all 3 kind of going at one time. So that is a really nice touch there. So that is Raphael. Let's go ahead and put some hands on there and let's get him holding his size. Okay, so here we have Raphael holding his size, and you can see there he can grip them in a couple of different ways. So, whole lot of fun. The best turtle, hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is the absolute best turtle there is. So, just so you guys are aware, just so you know. How does this work? Is it like if you're throwing it? I don't know. Maybe this goes to one of the tonfas. That might go to a tonfa or something. But looking at these effect pieces, you could see this. It goes in there like that. So you have that effect there. And then we get this other one. So kind of the same thing. You're just going to poke that right on in there. And you have those different effect pieces. So there we go. So that is the last of the turtles. Save the best for last. So now let's go ahead and check out their articulation. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look at the articulation. All of 4 of them, the couple of different bodies that we got, they're all going to move around essentially the exact same. So we're going to kind of just... We'll kind of go piece by piece, but they're all the articulation is essentially going to be the same across them all. So we'll go ahead with Leonardo because he's the the leader. They can look up only so much there, as you could see. They can look down a little bit more. There is separate neck articulation, so you can move the head around, which is nice. You can move the neck around, which is nice. So you get some really good pivot going on in there, and you can swivel their heads around, no problem. You can get the arms to go straight on out like so. You get a full rotation in there. There is no butterfly joint in there. You have upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed elbow gives you that much bend there at the elbow, which is quite nice. Wrist swivel and the hinge. There is a ball joint at the wrist, so you could swivel and hinge around as needed. Let's just jump to the legs. You can do full-on splits with these legs. You can kick forward only so far. This front piece is a little rubbery, so you can push it a little bit, and then doesn't really go back. You got a swivel in there, and then that hip ball also gets a little bit of turn, but you get a swivel in there. A double jointed knee gives you that much bend there. You get a foot that hinges down only a little bit. You get some hinge up. You get some ankle pivot in there. And you have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. The ankle pivot works pretty good. It's just the hinge. The hinge is not great. Oh, so on that foot it was not great. You get a little bit more on this foot. So just a heads up on that. Now, the body is kind of funky how that works. So it's like almost like this overlay piece in there, which kind of makes it a little bit weird. So you have like the turtle shell piece is like a whole like separate piece. So it kind of shifts around in there, whereas this front piece is a separate piece as well. So like, let me see. See, that's just moving the hips. I want to see, like, can you crunch forward? Can you tilt? Like the shell itself, you can kind of swivel around, but I feel like there's no movement in there, nothing where I could like pinpoint anything, and I'm trying not to like grab it and just bend the action figure completely in half or anything like that. I could see there's a cut right under that shoulder. So okay, so let's see. So up at the top half, like the shoulder position, you could see you could shift it. So there is a little bit of shift movement in there, not a huge amount, and there's not a whole lot you could do. But like if I wanted to kind of crunch total, you could do that with the turtles there, which is kind of cool. It doesn't really go back. And then the unfortunate thing is I can't really get any tilt. You could tilt using the hips, but as terms of like the torso itself, I can't really get any movement in there. So the crunch is not bad, but again, you're using the upper part in there and then using the hips to really take care of that. So pretty good articulation. They are turtles. They are kind of, you know, bulky in some areas. Like they've got large forearms, they've got large hands, but the arms are, you know, are fairly thin, but then the lower legs are thicker than the upper legs, things like that. So let's see, like if on RAF, no, it's kind of this, kind of the same thing. You still got kind of the same inner workings going on in there. Like that upper piece is a separate piece within there. You know, this is a fairly rubbery piece, but it doesn't allow for a whole lot of movement. Oh, his belt was coming off. But kind of looks naked without that belt, right? It's kind of weird. So you want to work these up to get them staying on where they should be. That's the problem, because they are soft good like leather and elastic type material. They're going to kind of shift in there. Yeah, so you just have to do it at the hips there. So decent articulation going on with the turtles. But and then we'll close it off there. So my thoughts on these turtles. Is this the best turtle set that you can get? I think it's going to depend on, you know, what your ideal turtles are. This is an absolutely amazing set. Like an insane amount of accessories that are extremely overwhelming, and they're really well done. Mezco does a tremendous job when it comes to their accessories. They're always on point and really good. Crazy good details, really good paint apps, all of that stuff. So that's no surprise. That's what you expect from Mezco. That's what you're getting here. The turtles are awesome themselves. The details in them are crazy. The paint details, the sculpt work on the texture of the skin, the shells, everything like that. They did a really good job. And each turtle does feel unique, even though there are reuse throughout the turtles, except for Raphael, right? But each one feels very unique, like it's its own turtle. Like it doesn't feel like there's reuse anywhere going on. So that's pretty incredible that you have it. You got different heights in there, with like Michelangelo being a little bit shorter, Raphael being a little bit taller and a little bit bulkier, the different colors to the turtles, all of that really, really good stuff. If you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan and you love their action figures, this is a must pick up. If you missed out on, you know, the pre-order that was up for a while, right? If you missed out on the pre-order, I know the aftermarket went insane, but Big Bad Toy Store does have some available in stock right now. They are a little bit higher priced than what the original retail was, but if you're looking to get these Mezco Ninja Turtles, here is your option. Be able to get them from a reputable seller as opposed to like eBay or aftermarket or anything sketchy there. So link in the video description below if you're looking to pick up the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I highly recommend the set. I'm very thankful that I was able to get this. It is freaking amazing. I see what all the talk was about, what all the hype was, what everybody was saying, and I low-key regretted not having my own Mezco Ninja Turtle set. But now I do, and I'm very happy. So link in the video description below to get your set. I think you guys will be very happy. If you already have the set, let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. If this is new to you, let me know what you guys think. Or if you just needed a little bit of a push to try and move towards it, you're on the fence, not sure. Hopefully this video has made it to where you can kind of have a final decision in it. Sorry for the not super in-depth review, but I will have links in the video description below to two reviews for you guys. Art with Toys Rick and Unparalleled Universe Wade. They both reviewed this set and did an amazing job, so I'll have links to their videos in the description below if you're looking to check those out for the more in-depth reviews. But give me your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys liked it, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, share it all over the place if you can. But most importantly, thank you guys for watching.